Greek legends were passed along orally, including Homer's The Iliad and the Odyssey. This is a chaotic period of warrior princes, wandering sea traders, and fierce pirates. Greek writers, playwrights, and philosophers include Gorgias, Aesop, Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, Euripides, and Sophocles. The 5th century, 499 to 400 BCE, in particular is renowned as the Golden Age of Greece. This was the sophisticated era of the polis, or individual city-state, and early democracy. Some of the world's finest art, poetry, drama, architecture, and philosophy originated in Athens. After nearly 500 years as a republic, Rome slid into a dictatorship under Julius Caesar and finally into a monarchical empire under Caesar Augustus in 27 CE. This later period is known as the Roman Imperial period. Roman writers include Ovid, Horace, and Virgil. Roman philosophers include Marcus Aurelius and Lucretius. Roman rhetoricians include Cicero and Quintilian. Early Christian writers include Saint Augustine, Tertullian, Saint Cyprian, Saint Ambrose, and Saint Jerome. This is the period when Saint Jerome first compiled the Bible, Christianity spread across Europe, and the Roman Empire suffered its dying convulsions. The so-called Dark Ages occurred after Rome fell and barbarian tribes moved into Europe. Franks, Ostrogoths, Lombards, and Goths settled in the ruins of Europe, and the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes migrated to Britain, displacing native Celts into Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Early Old English poems such as Beowulf, The Wanderer, and The Seafarer originated sometime late in the Anglo-Saxon period. This often tumultuous period is marked by the Middle English writings of Geoffrey Chaucer, the Gawain or Pearl poet, the Wakefield Master, and William Langland. Other writers include Italian and French authors like Boccaccio, Petrarch, Dante, and Christine de Pizan. The War of the Roses ended in England with Henry Tudor, Henry VII, claiming the throne. Martin Luther's split with Rome marks the emergence of Protestantism, followed by Henry VIII's Anglican Schism, which created the first Protestant church in England. Edmund Spenser is a sample poet. Queen Elizabeth saved England from both Spanish invasion and internal squabbles at home. Her reign is marked by the early works of Shakespeare, Marlowe, Kyd, and Sidney. The Jacobean Era was the period in English and Scottish history that coincides with the reign of James VI of Scotland, who also inherited the crown of England in 1603 as James I. John Milton, George Herbert, Robert Herrick, the sons of Ben, and others wrote during the reign of Charles I and his Cavaliers. This period marks the British king's restoration to the throne after a long period of Puritan domination in England. Its symptoms include the dominance of French and classical influences on poetry and drama. Sample writers include John Dryden, John Locke, Sir William Temple, and Samuel Pepys, and Aphra Behn in England. Abroad, representative authors include Jean Racine and Molière. Romantic poets wrote about nature, imagination, and individuality in England. Some romantics include Coleridge, Blake, Keats, and Shelley in Britain and Johann von Goethe in Germany. Jane Austen also wrote at this time, though she is typically not categorized with the male romantic poets. Writings from the period of Queen Victoria's reign include sentimental novels. British writers include Elizabeth Browning, Alfred Lord Tennyson, Matthew Arnold, Robert Browning, Charles Dickens, and the Bronte sisters. Pre-Raphaelites, like the Rossetti siblings and William Morris, idealize and long for the morality of the medieval world. In Britain, modernist writers include W. B. Yeats, Seamus Heaney, Dylan Thomas, W. H. Auden, Virginia Woolf, and Wilfred Owen. In America, the modernist period includes Robert Frost and Flannery O'Connor, as well as the famous writers of the Lost Generation, also called the writers of the Jazz Age, 1914 to 1929, such as Hemingway, Stein, Fitzgerald, and Faulkner. T.S. Eliot, Morrison, Shaw, Beckett, Stoppard, Fowles, Calvino, Ginsberg, Pynchon, and other modern writers, poets, and playwrights experimented with metafiction and fragmented poetry. Multiculturalism led to an increasing canonization of non-Caucasian writers such as Langston Hughes, Sandra Cisneros, and Zora Neale Hurston.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe for more awesome content each and every single week. Also be sure to leave a like, share with your friends and comment what you thought down below.